looks brighter too.
Yeah. Now
go.
it's officially a used car. Tesla, how many creaks will we get over here in the Model S?
It's just coming from everywhere.
It sounds awful.
I was just reminiscing with Colton about when I bought my Audi, how it took 4.5 to 5 hours. You had to talk to the finance manager. You went through all these different departments. And this, I mean, it's just done just like that.
They're just like, here's your car, sign into the app, and see ya.
Will you join us in the back seat of Kyle's Model S Plaid? Hello and welcome back to another Out of Spec Reviews video.
Yes, welcome. And big day. Colton's dad, who's here with me, is getting a brand new Tesla Model 3 Performance. And I wanted to come see what the process is like. It's been a little while since I've been a part of a brand new Tesla delivery. I'd say about 8 months or so since I picked up this car, maybe 7 months. And I wanted to get the Plaid out as well. It's been a long time since I've driven this car. It's been thankfully in storage at Clear Detailing. And it just crossed 6,000 miles. So really haven't driven it all that much. Most of it was done on that California road trip. So nice to get in the Plaid and talk a little bit about this car, talk about your new Model 3 Performance, the delivery experience, and then I'm really curious about this no parking sensor thing on the new Model 3s. So yeah, overall, it's a brand new Tesla delivery day. Go through some pricing stuff as well, because I think Tesla's really got their pricing figured out. And yeah, let's just go pick up a new Tesla. Pretty awesome day. Well, driving the Model S Plaid over to Tesla of Loveland here in Colorado. Is that in the nav now, Colton, or no?
No, that's actually going to my house.
Oh, okay. Well, we don't need to go over there. No. So we just go this way, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I haven't had the Plaid out in a while because it's been really cold and snowy and we're on summer tires. But we need to remember the Plaid thing, which is big acceleration. It is crazy what this thing can do. So, and that's cold battery and no traction. Just insane. Just on the topic of this car really quick, maybe I'll do an update in a little bit. Mountain Pass sent some suspension components over for it, so we're going to adjust all of that, drop it a little bit, upper control arms, some cool stuff. I've also pre-ordered the round steering wheel from Tesla. And originally I was going to go with a Model 3 steering wheel with aftermarket stocks that my friend Ryan was putting together for me. But since Tesla's offering a retrofit, I thought and I had most of the parts for that swap, by the way. I thought, let's wait, let's do the Tesla wheel retrofit and talk about that process. So that's coming. I've pre-ordered it, or I'm on a list or something. I'm going to ask them about it when we're over there. So cruising in the Model S Plaid over to get the Model 3. I'll see you when we're over in Loveland. Should be about, I don't know, 15 minutes, Colt, you think?
Yeah, I would think so.
Cool. Let's see. Tesla ESLA. Searching Tesla Loveland. They also have a supercharger there that it's unlocked, but no one ever uses it. It's like behind the building.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it's another secret supercharger. So there we are, 17 minutes away. We'll arrive at 58% state of charge. Let's hammer it over there. And using the Mountain Pass big brakes.
So we are about 6 minutes away, and Dad, let's talk a little bit about why you're getting a Model 3, because you did have a Rivian R1T on order, right?
I did, and after watching all the reviews on charging issues, I just couldn't pull the trigger on that one. It was concerning me about going anywhere and having the ability to charge a vehicle, and Tesla's got that nailed down, and I think that's just as important as having an electric car is having the ability to charge it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you kind of switched my mind on that, and then when the price dropped and you text that to me, I go, this is probably the time to do it if I'm going to do it.
Right. Well, and the other thing is you've got your big 2500 Duramax that, we do some towing with, but that is quite the special truck. It looks sweet, has all the power. It just kind of sucks to daily drive. So this will be a good little commuter car for you, because you're driving my old, really beat up Mini Cooper S.
Yes, the old N14 motor.
N14, it has been beaten about as hard as you can beat
Is it
a car.
manual?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
awesome. I haven't been in that car. And I saw you have the GP spoiler on the back as well.
So that car used to be completely slammed on coilovers, huge wheels on it.
It had a wing on it.
Really?
Yeah, it had the GP wing on
Did
it.
you drive it like that?
I would. I don't care.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was my first Cooper S. That thing was pretty fun, but he's been driving that around in like the gas tank in it. It goes to like a quarter tank and it is out of fuel. So, you know, just like weird things like that. I'm like, Dad, you need a car to where you can just get in and go, not worry about it. And he doesn't drive a lot, so it's like, okay.
You're charging at home now. Just
Yeah.
put in NEMA 1450 outlet,
Yep.
right?
Mhm.
And you'll just leave it at 80% all the time and rock and roll, basically. And why'd you go performance over a dual motor or a rear wheel drive? What brought you up to that?
The main thing was the all-wheel drive.
Yeah.
And I like that, especially in Colorado where you never know what the day's going to bring you.
Yep.
And I thought that was the best route. It's just a bonus that it has more performance.
Yep.
So, I mean, put the two together and it's like, okay. Yeah, I think that's
And
what
you
I'm
still can't get the dual motor right now. It is completely non-selectable.
Yeah, they don't let you order it. The only way you can get a dual motor is from inventory, which there aren't many, and it's only 1,800 or 2,000 less than a performance.
Yeah, it's so minimal.
It's like just get a performance.
And the performance is only $10,000 more. I mean, $10,000 is a lot of money, obviously, but $10,000 more for all-wheel drive. Some serious, you know, power difference between rear-wheel drive. So
You're saying from Model 3 standard.
yeah,
Plus.
exactly.
And you get a bigger battery.
Yep.
So you're getting, you know, I actually like the idea of LFP in the Model 3 Standard Plus. That seems cool, but they don't like the cold weather so much.
Mhm.
So around here, better to go good old NCM, big battery, 80-something kilowatt hours in the Model 3 Performance these days. And what color combo? White on white?
White on white, because any other color on the exterior got you over the threshold for the tax deduction.
Oh, so it's $54,990, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
$10 under
Yep.
the tax credit.
So you could either get, I think it was the Midnight Silver Metallic with black interior
Or blue with black interior.
or blue, but you couldn't get red. So it was like, okay, he wanted the white interior, so kind of got to go white.
That's really interesting. Yeah, so I love how Tesla got it $10 under the cap. I know so many people that ordered a white-on-white performance because of that. Everyone wants white seats. I love the white seats. They actually clean up easier than the black seats. Colton, you're a detailer. Is that true, or is that just my feeling?
Yeah, 100%. We actually did a video over on Out of Spec Detailing comparing the Plaid, you know, vegan leather versus Rivian vegan leather, and it's just incredible. Like, I'll just show back here, we've got LE paws and probably blue paws back here as well, filthy, and it just cleans up so freaking easily.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. So we're just a couple feet away. We're gonna go in the back way over here, and let's go see your new car for the first time.
Sounds good.
Here we are pulling into Tesla. How many creaks will we get over here in the Model S?
It's just coming from everywhere.
It sounds awful. This Model S fell over.
Ooh,
Yeah, air suspension failure. Oh, it's a P85 Plus too. So cool. So does that build confidence in the Tesla brand as we pull up?
I don't have a problem with it.
Nice. So I know that's not it because it's on Aero wheels.
It is it, isn't it?
Nope, that's not it. I don't actually see your car around. They have some Model X's over here. It says Tesla authorized vehicle only. I think I'll plug into the chargers up front. May as well. ABC, OSB charging. Yeah, not seeing it. Here's a new Y
That's one right
performance.
there.
But that's a Y.
Yep.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We're probably washing it up for you.
Yeah.
Scratching it up.
Scratching the paint.
Uh-huh.
They wouldn't let you take delivery without a wash,
Nope.
right?
It
Would-
says part of their policy, and I understand that because there could be some hidden damage,
Yeah.
and then I come back and say, hey, you know, look at this, and they're not sure if I caused it or they did.
That's pretty interesting because this says authorized vehicle only as well. Huh. Well, not sure what to say other than I'm sorry, but I'm going to plug in my car over here. We got enough Teslas, we can get free juice.
Yeah.
What's weird is they let me take delivery of this without a wash. And they never said anything. They're just like, oh, we'll have a little piece of paper for you to sign. So perhaps more people have been asking for that, and they don't allow it anymore. So either way, I guess we'll see an out-of-spec detailing, build quality review, and paint correction on your car.
Yep.
Yeah, we haven't done the Model 3 yet, so I'm really, anxious to do that. Obviously, I've done my car, but not a full build quality review.
Should be awesome. All right, let's go see this thing. Welcome to the inside of Tesla. Always a little bit sparse in here, but I think they're lucky they even have cars to show. Sometimes they don't. But what's funny is the woman who's doing your delivery is the same one who handed me the keys for the Model S, and she is truly fantastic. Always really good people here at Tesla in Loveland. It's a little bit of a really small Tesla service center, but I feel like we get such good service because of it. Honestly, can't say enough good things about the service and sales experience here. Everyone's just been so great to us. And yeah, they're gonna go pull around your car now, and can't wait to see it roll up here in just a few seconds. There it is, coming around the corner. No parking sensors. This is interesting. Colton was saying he prefers the look without parking sensors. I would say I prefer not crashing into things. But yeah, look at this thing. Need some Martian wheels as soon as possible. Nice, into reverse. Looks clean, but I'm sure Colton will find some scratches. But the bumper actually looks to be the same color as the car.
So my car was the same, and then over time it's definitely changed.
Oh,
colors.
over time it changes, but very nice. So let's go let them do the delivery process, and then we'll follow up afterwards after it all goes through and you get everything set up in the app, but should be freaking sweet. Just sitting in the car for the first time. One thing always worth noting is what they charge it to. Looks like they probably had it charged to 90% at some point. Delivery status, not started delivery status. Scheduled at Loveland, Colorado. How about that? 3 p.m. appointment. That integration, you just can't beat that.
Wow.
That I've never seen that before. That is so cool. Wow, super neat. Let's see, trunk open. That was probably when they were washing it. Unable to charge. Who knows what was going on there. Wow, super cool. Gonna set it to 80 so you don't fry your battery pack like Colton, charging it up every time.
There you go.
Let's see, Model 3 dual motor, 4 miles on the clock.
Wow.
480,000. Autopilot. No FSD on this one, as per our recommendation. Just basic autopilot will be great. Tire pressures are set perfectly. Maybe slightly high, but it'll get colder. Camera-based detection. All looks really good. Wow. And they even got your name in here.
Isn't that great?
Tesla is killing it. You know what's what was I picking? I was picking up a car recently, and they were like, who are you? Oh, we need to go find your car.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't expecting you. Here it's like inside the car's system is scheduled with your time and date for appointment.
That's crazy.
I've never seen anything like that before. Tesla is just optimizing everything. So cool.
Well, and everything was done pre-visit online. Had all the documents, signed everything, so it's awesome.
Yeah, and so you just did it through your phone app then?
Yeah, it's all done.
Welcome to the future, folks. It's so cool. So you just bought a car. It only took you about 30 seconds.
Well, I think the longest part was getting access to my bank account to pay for the car.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that took a couple of logins, and but everything else was so slick. I was just reminiscing with Colton about when I bought my Audi, how it took 4.5 to 5 hours. You had to talk to the finance manager. You went through all these different departments. And this, I mean, it's just done just like that.
They're just like, here's your
Awesome.
car, sign into the app and see ya. And, you know, they offered to show you the car, of course, all the settings and stuff, but we got us here. So I'll follow you over and we'll keep filming with it. But excited to see the real in detail of this because it's looking really nice.
Yeah, it looks super nice.
Yeah. And here's the Model S looking good. Can't wait to get the lowering links and upper control arms in so we can just drop it another inch. Really can't wait for the round wheel. Couldn't find anyone from service here, so didn't talk to them about that. But definitely got, I don't know, a few kilowatt hours put in on level 2. Why not? Sounds great to me. In we go. Wall connector, 48 amp at, business voltage 208. And in we go, off we go, back to the shop. And one event, Sentry Mode. Oh no, I never use Sentry Mode. Why is that on? Colton and I were debating Sentry Mode on the drive over. He's like, oh, I want to know what happened to my car. I'm like, either way, it gets dinged. He's like, I'm going to track him down. All right, let's go back to the shop. Huge thanks to Tesla in Loveland. These guys rock as always. They fixed the Model S. It does need to go in for a little bit of a round too, but just the people in service and sales, truly top notch. And maybe it's because it's a little store and we're not in the big California, you know, where they're doing 100 cars a day type situation, but really get great service here. These guys rock.
So we are in the new Model 3 Performance, and check out this screen here. So welcomes you to the car. It's now actually out of the delivery mode, if you will. So we are ready to head back to the shop. We're going to film a little kind of first impressions. You haven't even driven a Model 3 Performance.
No, not at all.
So ordered it. Yeah, pretty freaking awesome. So we're going to get a seat set up here, steering wheel, and we'll be on the road. So a little calibration going on here. I'm kind of remembering all of this from when I got my Model 3 dual motors. So this is quite familiar, but definitely forgot about all this. Really, really cool. So we're gonna head out here and head to the shop. And off we go. So we're gonna follow Kyle in the Plaid on the way back. So what are your thoughts so far, Dad?
Oh, pretty crazy.
Isn't that just an amazing process?
That really is. I mean, it's very seamless. No drama or anything, you know, going into that, talking to a bunch of different people, a bunch of add-ons or any of that. It's just crazy good.
I think it's pretty revolutionary how they've done that with the, you know, whole buying experience, ordering a car off the phone or off the computer. It's just, it's the way to go. It's so awesome. So this car was delivered on the factory P0s. Not my favorite tire. They're kind of stretched a little weird. Definitely hear quite a bit of road noise in here, but this car feels very well built. We're gonna have a full video over on Out of Spec Detailing, doing full build quality analysis, going through everything, and should be pretty sweet. So far, I'm pleased with what we've seen so far. So driving away here, this is about the weirdest intersection here. I don't know who designed this thing, but what the heck is going on? We've got traffic coming from every direction here. We're stopped on red. This guy almost ran the light because it's a weird position. Just strange things going on here. So first impressions, you've driven this maybe 2 miles now. What are you thinking?
Oh, it's very smooth. I like the stability of the ride. It's a little stiff, and that's what I like because it gives the security of not floating around. So very nice handling so far.
So from my understanding, the cars now, the dual motor and the Performance, still share the same springs, where they used to be different. So Performance used to have quite a bit stiffer ride. Now, you know, it's that trade-off, right? Because you're not going to be tracking this car. So having a nice ride is really, really important. And I kind of prefer it in this solution instead of having a really stiff car. But yeah, really, really good stuff going on here. This thing is just, yeah, it's a Model 3 Performance. It's hard to beat one of these.
Like you said, it feels very planted. So
yep,
that's great.
And plenty of power. So we're still calibrating. So I believe all the cameras and everything have to calibrate before you can use autopilot cruise control. We'll walk you through that whole deal. I know you've been in my car a few times, but just relearning, getting your profile set up. We're going to do all of that back at the shop.
Sounds good to me. And like I said, it just came with what, 4 miles?
Yeah, 4 miles on it. And here's what's really crazy. I was telling Kyle when we were in the dealership there, you ordered your car January 13th. It is February 9th. So not even a month, and you had your car.
And it was built, I think, about a week after I ordered it.
Yep, that sounds about right. I mean, it's just incredible how Tesla has been able to do this. I know we sound like Tesla fanboys. I definitely am. I do love other vehicles, though. I mean, I've got, you know, for my wife, a Volkswagen ID4. Really have fallen in love with that car. But the Model 3, still in my eyes, just one of the sweetest cars out there. It just does everything so well. And on the road we go. We'll get a little more mileage under our belt here and see what my dad's thinking of this bad boy.
Wow. That was pretty crazy.
I mean, you just jumped out of the Plaid, which is just on another level, but these things still scoot pretty good. So we've had a little bit more driving. Calibration for autopilot cruise control has been set up. It's working as it should. Any more thoughts since last time?
No, I mean, that's the first time I got to accelerate a little bit in it. That was pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's what a quick little car. I mean, like I told you, this is probably the fastest car you've ever owned. I mean, you've had lots of obviously older vehicles, like your 32 and stuff, totally different experience in that compared to this. But yeah, this thing is just awesome, and couldn't ask for a more beautiful Colorado day. Just bright blue skies out, mountains just doing their thing over in the distance there. Headed to the shop. We'll update with you when we get there.
Here they come, pulling in from their first drive in the Model 3 Performance. Looks awesome, doesn't it? Sweet spec. I really like white on white. Everyone has white, but white seats are more important. If you're getting a Model 3 Performance, get white because you want that tax credit. You can just wrap it whatever you want. We have arrived over to Clear Detailing, where you'll see a lot of out-of-spec detailing videos filmed. Episodes coming on the Plaid. Colton's going to redo the whole cars, which will look great. And here they are, backing it in. It's so windy out today. That's why we haven't filmed much outside. We really got to take a full analysis, get them all set up, get all the settings set. But looking really nice. Came on the P0 tires. And, yep, we got the Colton's Model 3 and his ID4 in here at the moment. Man, I do like Model 3. It is a cool car. All right, we pulled the Model 3 in here. Colton, you couldn't help yourself. What are you doing?
Got the paint meter over here. This is always my thing. I got to see how much paint's on the car. So let's go for it here.
Wow, pretty good. But white's always got pretty thick paint.
Well, I think as we talked about before, I think these have like 3 or 4 layers of the pearl effect paint. My car was very similar readings, quite a bit, you know, more than the average Tesla you see. Normally see around that 4 to 5 mil range there. So yeah, looking pretty sharp.
We were saying outside when we were over at the delivery center that the bumpers look to be better. They don't.
Yeah, so my car is identical to this. How this rear bumper and the lighting in here, this is why I have the lighting in the shop here, so you can see variations. But this is definitely different color compared to the quarter panel there.
Totally. We can see it clearly on camera as well. Definitely a different color, but they hit it pretty well. Now, what's interesting is the Model 3 Performance doesn't come on performance suspension anymore.
Right, so I believe it has the same as my dual motor. And I could be wrong, but it may be the same suspension as standard range. I'm not totally sure.
I don't think it is. I think it is slightly different than standard, but it looks so high up compared to older Model 3 Performances. So yeah, definitely can't be driving on summer tires in the winter time. So crazy that they deliver it on that actually. So we're going to make sure it gets on Nokians. So this will be on Nokian winter tires and then, you know, a set of summers, of course. You're going to do the black badges for it?
Yep, so we've already got the black emblems for here and the dual motor badge as well as the front one. I don't know, same as my car. I just think it looks, I wish they would come like that.
Yeah, I mean, this just looks so much better having this contrasting black right there for sure. But overall, I mean, the build on this thing seems to be really good. We went around the inside especially and the outside looking super nice. Spoilers glued down, which is like, I know it sounds pretty crazy, but to have that so firm, really nice.
This on like pretty much every Tesla, you really over time though start to see, especially this edge. Glad to see this is looking pretty good so far, but I'm going to be doing a full deep dive into this. And that'll be over on Out of Spec Detailing channel. But honestly, when we pulled up, I was, you know, I'm always nervous about it, right? It's like, okay, my car was in good shape. What if this one's built horrible, right? Then what do we do? So,
what if it's a Model S situation like my Plaid?
Yeah, your car's, yeah, it's got some creaks and rattles. Happy to say, heard no creaks and rattles in this at all. Definitely wind noise. That's Model 3. That's very, very common.
And it's a very windy day today.
It's super windy.
Yeah, yeah. Cool. So let's get everything set up in your Model 3 then. I guess I'll walk you through kind of
Okay.
all the settings, but just like with anything, you'll probably want to sit in your garage for a little bit later on and get it all set up. So the first thing is getting your key on your phone going. So
Okay.
you downloaded the Tesla app, you bought the car through there, and so here it is. And it already actually says set up phone key. We've already tapped, I believe. Yeah, let's try it. Let's hit pair really quick. So you should say allow while using the app. Yep. And then we just want to swipe the key card here, and you'll see phone key pairing request, confirm, and there we go. You might want to put it to always allow. That way it just works a little bit better for you.
I do.
Yep. And there we go. Verifying phone key pairing. Man, Colton, how crazy is it how easily all this stuff just works?
That's just the beauty of it. It just works.
Watch it not work. It's still verifying.
You guys are jinxing it now.
Yeah. Verifying phone key pairing. Come on. Unknown key. Oh, there we go. John's 13 Max Pro.
And it says failed.
It says fail, but I think it's actually.
Ooh.
Oh no, phone
there
key
it
has
went.
been set up. So let's set up Bluetooth audio. Crazy that he did that there, and it actually popped up the Bluetooth screen here. So the one thing we need to do is make your phone Bluetooth pairable. So if you go to settings, and then Bluetooth, and then you can say allow new connections perhaps. Oh no, yeah,
There it
just
goes.
hit pair. Did it automatically. Yep. Wow, Tesla has got this. I've never seen a command saying, okay, I set up phone key, let's do audio, and then pull up Bluetooth settings here. Everyone else is just so far behind on this stuff. We'll make your phone the priority device, so if
Okay.
you have multiple going in. Do you want your text messages to come up?
You bet.
Okay, so yep, you'll just have to unconnect and reconnect. And then if you find your Tesla here, hit this little I button. Yep, and then hit show notifications. So now we're going to go back and do a reconnect. So there we go. And now, great. Do you want the car to make a chime when you get a text message?
Sure. I like that.
Cool. So now you're all set up, got everything on. The rest of the stuff that you would need to do really would come down to going in here. So
we're done.
done with the phone. Yep, for the most part. You can see everything going on with your car in there, which is just awesome.
Okay.
Great. 17 miles on it now.
There we go.
So let's go through the vehicle setup. So you have acceleration in sport, I would imagine.
Yep.
And you can play around with all these, of course,
Sure.
at any time. But steering, did you find that it was too heavy, or do you want it lighter? Was it good, or?
I never had that option before, so I'm not paying attention to it. So what does comfort do? Does it act slower or
No,
easier?
ratio is the same.
Okay.
So it's just a lightness. So I actually prefer to drive it with comfort steering
Okay.
for myself, but you can play around.
Okay.
Do you like the one pedal driving
Yeah.
function? Cool. There's one additional setting which is new, which is when the battery is cold or when you're fully charged. You obviously won't be able to charge it anymore. So typically what would happen is when you lift off the accelerator pedal, the car will just coast. And then what this setting does is it actually blends in braking so that you always have a one pedal situation.
Okay.
Your preference on that?
Yeah.
Leave it on.
Leave
Great.
it on.
And then track mode, should we get you set up for big drifts and skids and
No.
stuff? Yeah.
Not at this point. No.
We'll have to get you out on track in it
At some point,
Yes. Charging is set to 90% at the moment. I think you can choose however you want it to go.
How do
Again,
you know it's 90, Kyle?
So this little slider here, they're 10% increments from 50 to 100.
Got it. Okay.
And so 90 is what Tesla recommends. I always recommend a bit less when possible. Basically, the lowest that you would need is perfect. So you have it set to about 80% there, which is great. Your charging current, you'll have your NEMA 1450 with the Tesla connector.
Yep.
That'll do 32 amps, but you can set the car to 48. It'll dynamically match
Okay.
the maximum of the supply. Did you autopilot over here at all?
No.
So I'm going to have you enable all of these, but essentially, you're familiar with autopilot and have experienced it. Obviously, we FSD beta on the way over. So you can click auto steer beta, that top one right there.
Okay.
And then, basically this says that the vehicle is not autonomous. You need to keep your hands on the wheel, pay attention, don't fall asleep when using autopilot. And it's there just basically as an aid to keep you in the middle of the lane and then a distance to the car in front. The preview is kind of cool. What this does is it actually shows you the lights and other cool things that are going on, stop signs and such, which is pretty neat.
I heard the little bing when the light turned green.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
We were kind of laughing about
Yep.
that.
That should be somewhere down here. Traffic, green traffic light chime. There's a lot of autopilot settings. So typically what I recommend is an offset of maybe 5 miles per hour faster than the speed limit.
Okay.
Depending on how you drive, you can set. So
Sounds
this
about
is,
right.
if it's 65, you put on autopilot, the car will go to a maximum of 70, as an example. So I think that works pretty well.
Yeah, I agree.
Automatic blind spot camera. So if you hit a turn signal right now, try that really quick. You'll see this comes up here, and you can move it to, if you push it on all the way, if you don't mind. Yep. You have 3 different positions you can put this to come up into. And so this one's going to be the closest line of sight.
Yeah.
So that's what I recommend. Yep. Yep, blind spot warning chime, speed limit warning. Typically, I don't have the car ding at me when I hit a speed.
Either.
Yeah.
Yep.
Forward collision warning, I always set to early. Gives you the most amount of time for the car to react and for you to feel anything. Colton, I don't know what you think about lane departure avoidance. For me, I keep it on assist. That pushes me back in if I graze a line. And you can always overpower the car if needed.
I hate that.
Then off. Yeah.
I had a rental car in California, and I'd be going along, and something would happen with the line. I wasn't drifting, and it would just push me out. And I'm like,
Yeah, that's what
how
this
do I
one
turn this thing off?
Yeah.
I have mine set on warning.
On warning, what does that do?
So it won't steer for you, but it'll, blare at you when you're.
Oh, it's so loud.
Yes, it's very loud.
My truck, it vibrates your cheeks.
Yeah, and left and right based on the side.
Right.
Yeah, GM's really got that down. We'll keep all the safety stuff on, but a couple little things. The car's going to try and slam on the brakes if it notices something. Again, it's not a guarantee, but it'll do its best. Obstacle aware acceleration is like we're facing a wall. If you accidentally floor it, it's going to go really slow because there's something there. We always have a little bit of an issue with this one on track at times if we're trying to do a drag race and the car thinks something's in front of it. So I don't think that'll be an issue.
No.
But I would leave all that
Not this
on.
week.
Yep, not this week, right. Locks are good. So I'm going to tie your phone to your profile. So what I've just done there is when the car recognizes your phone, it will load up with your profile and you're good to go there. Don't need any child locks.
No window locks. Walk away door lock. Okay.
So this will lock the car as you walk away. I actually exclude home on my cars.
Yep.
That way it doesn't, if I leave my phone inside and I got to run out and get something, there you go. Driver door unlock mode will only unlock the driver door.
Okay.
It's a bit annoying though because your passengers can't get in, but it's a safety thing, of course. I would recommend car left open notifications. So if you leave a door open and walk away,
absolutely,
or leave a window down. One thing, and you can have exclude home, but I don't see why you wouldn't.
No.
Yeah. So lock confirmation sound. This one I turn off. Colton, I think you keep it on, right? Close windows on lock.
I do, yes.
Yeah. So you can have that. So whenever the car locks, when you walk away, all the windows will go up.
Yeah.
You can always close them from the app too.
I'll just leave it like that.
Cool. And then lights, automatic lights. I recommend keeping the fogs on all the time. Just gives you a much better beam. Dome lights on auto, so when you open the door, these will pop up. Ambient lighting for sure. You got the performance, comes with all the ambient lighting. May as well use it.
You can change colors on that?
Nope.
Okay. No disco lights. Okay.
And then auto turn signals is really cool. I actually haven't played around with it in the Model 3 yet. Colton, what do you think? What's your experience?
Oh, I actually really, really like them.
Okay. So what is it actually, how does it work?
So
a bit
it's
like the Model S, I guess.
It's exactly like Model S. So say you're in the right lane, you turn on your left indicator, it will stay on until you're centered in the lane, instead of doing just 3 clicks or 3 blinks.
Okay.
So, but just keep an eye on it because I think sometimes, at least in my Model S, it messes up.
Oh yeah.
And I'll just be driving with the turn signal on.
Oh yeah.
And so you'll get a feel for that, of course. Headlights after exit, I usually keep off. They stay on for 30 seconds or something.
As it is now?
Nope.
No, not at all. Okay.
Right. So right now, as soon as you get out, car goes dark.
Okay.
Steering wheel lights, 100%. It's just these little arrows.
Okay.
Just to let you know what's
Yep.
going on there. Your display, I'll show you how to adjust your display brightness so you don't actually have to come in here. But everything in English, time in 12 hour.
Mm-hmm.
I prefer percentage over distance, but it's totally
Yep.
up to you.
Percentage fine.
Yep, this distance number is basically a rated calculation, which is the EPA test result. And so it's really hard to achieve that number. So percentage, you can pretty much double it or almost triple it, and you know that's about how far you can go.
Okay.
Yep, because if it does 200 miles on a charge, no matter how you drive it, 81%, you'll easily get 160, 180 miles without, in the coldest day with headwind and not even worry about it.
Okay.
Temperature in Fahrenheit all looks good. I'm going to rename your trip B to lifetime. So this will be one that you won't ever reset.
Gotcha. I do that on my truck.
Yeah.
So it gives me all my miles per gallon and all that. So I assume this is going to do the energy as well.
Yep. So there's a couple things here. It'll show you on every drive since the last time you charged the car, and then a trip. So if you're going to take it on a road trip somewhere, which is easy, you can do it. The trip A you can rename, and you can show that one in a trip card, which I'll get to in just a second. But basically, these are the three that matter, and then I would just never touch this one.
Okay.
It'll also be interesting to us as we do updates with you every year or 2 years that you own the car to kind of see what your efficiency is looking like over time. Since you're a data guy, we'll also get you set up with Teslafy, so it'll track all your driving and battery health from brand new. And that is pretty cool. There's also a link in the description of this video so you guys can sign up to Teslafy. Navigation settings, fairly simple. I don't really think there's anything you need to adjust here unless you don't like using toll roads.
Nope.
But
Everything looks good there.
yep, does pretty good route planning. Your Sentry mode settings, I know Colton's a fan of Sentry mode, so we'll probably turn that on. And basically this is saying that it's going to flicker the headlights and all of that good stuff. I would exclude home for sure, because every time you walk by the car, you don't want it to ding and flash at you. So camera-based detection are good. Disabling Sentry sounds, I believe, turns off this, it blasts the stereo at full volume if something happens. The only real danger is if you have a dog in the car or something, you don't want to hurt their ears. Totally up to you if you want to disable that. And then view live camera in the mobile app is pretty cool.
That's for the interior?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, it's for outside as well, but
Okay.
yeah, they did update that recently to where you can see the interior.
I was
Yep,
seeing that,
from
yeah.
this one here.
Yep.
So exterior, interior, and you can even make the car fart from the outside with the little fart mode, and you can talk through the
when he first
speakers.
got his 3, he was doing all that
Yeah,
stuff.
exactly. You have fun with it for like a week, and then you're like, okay.
Yeah.
Dash cam, I would set to auto,
Yep.
and basically we have to get you a USB.
It's already in there.
Oh, really? It comes with it
Yep.
now. How
Yep.
about that?
USB for the phone?
No, for the car. It's in the glove box.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, what? That's sick. Where is the glove box? Here we go. Oh, yeah. Check this thing out. 128 gig.
Also, that's your storage for the dash cam.
Yep,
Oh,
exactly.
man, they really scratched it getting in there, Colton. You got to polish that.
Uh-oh. Darn it.
Actually, yeah, my Model S came with that, I guess. I don't know where it is now. Man, I really don't use dash cam function. I'm glad I used it when Jordan stuffed it into a curb, because then we got that footage.
Yeah.
So, of course, you try USB one direction.
Yeah.
Doesn't work. Go back the other way. Doesn't work. First way goes. So, okay, now we should be back in. Every time you honk, do you want it to save a clip?
Yeah, might as well. I don't honk that much, so that's
Nice.
it would be an unusual event.
Yep. So we have allow mobile access right now, which is letting the app work. Pin to drive would be every time you get in and you want to start the car, you could have a secret passcode.
No thanks.
Yep. Glove box pin, same if you want to lock this. A lot of like Turo guests or stuff like that use
Yeah.
it. Speed limit mode, nope. You paid for the whole speedometer, you should use it.
That's
So
funny.
a cabin overheat protection is a situation where if it gets too hot in the car, if you leave it out in the sunshine, for example, it will automatically run the cooling systems. What I actually recommend is to go without AC, And what that does is it just spins up your air conditioning compressor less. So it'll
Okay.
just cycle in fresh air
Okay.
rather than just running all the time. Earlier Model 3s, I don't know if they fixed it yet as well. It would actually, make the cabin smell terrible because it would build up mold in the system from running so much.
Okay.
So security alarm, yes. Joe mode is interesting. You may or may not like this. If you notice that the bings and bongs from the car are too loud, this just makes everything a bit quieter.
I was reading about that today, actually. And I'm fine with it
So you want it on then?
off.
Off, yeah.
Yeah.
It's especially if your hearing's not great, then you want to keep that off. Your service menu, you shouldn't really have to go in here much. Looks like tire PSIs are looking great. This is your car wash mode, but Colton will kill you if you bring it through a normal car wash, so don't do that.
I still use that though here at the shop, because if the car's unlocked, the charge port likes to open when you spray snow foam or
Well-
rinse it down too.
And my Audi does the same thing. As you're washing it, it keeps beeping and flashing the lights.
Yeah.
If I have my key fob,
Right.
Because of the
with
door
me.
sensors.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's a really great feature. Highly recommend it. And software is basically all of this stuff. It tells you what you have. Basic autopilot again. You have the FSD computer. If we go here to additional info, you have the premium audio system. We need to get you a CCS adapter, and if you don't have one on order yet, got to get one of those. Garage door opener is not installed, but you can use the MyQ situation. Yep, all good. Interesting, Colton. Motor type front induction.
Ooh.
What is that?
So I was just in Drew's Model 3, which has, so my Model 3 is an induction front motor and a permanent magnet rear motor.
Okay.
Drew's Model 3, which is only a year old, has dual permanent magnet motor, and now they've gone back to an induction front motor. So
What?
it has a completely different front motor than Drew's car, which is also a Model 3 Performance. I need to look into that. If you guys know any of these production changes, let us know, because that's pretty crazy. Yep, software update. We put you on advanced so that you get the newest stuff whenever it comes. When you get home, you'll hook it up to Wi-Fi. You just go up here, connect it, and you're good to go. Yep, so that's kind of all of the settings, if you will. Functionally, I can walk you through the system a little bit more, maybe off camera. For example, we'll save your home address. We'll save maybe here as work or something like that. And, I'll give you the hotkey so that you can get your heated seats down here, so you don't have to dig into a menu. Your heated steering wheel as another one, so you don't have to go into climate every time. But we'll get all that set up off camera.
Okay.
But I think you have to peel the screen protector for everyone.
Okay.
Get her
Ready?
done.
This is the exciting part, right?
This is the best part.
Well, it looks brighter too.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we
Now
go.
it's officially a used car.
There we go.
And now it's time to send off in the Model 3, and we'll have plenty of updates, of course, but how's it all going then?
Great experience so far.
Good. Tesla really was awesome, weren't they?
Yeah. Very nice.
Yep, that's really sweet. Well, enjoy it. Your first electric car. Pick the good one.
Thanks, Kyle. Appreciate it, man.
See y'all. Thanks for watching another Out of Spec Reviews video. Bye-bye.